You guys, if you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, you need to. It's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcast, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Welcome to Mimesis, the podcast where life and art imitate each other in all sorts of twisted ways. I'm Sandra Sheriff Zackerly.
And I'm Stacey Rourke.
And we are your host on this zany adventure.
Yes, we are.
And I have to tell you what my son said for the opening of the podcast.
You hit me with it. Out of the mouths of 5-year-olds comes some of the most hilarious things ever.
It was so funny. I was practicing, trying to make sure the audio worked for us.
Yeah.
So he just, puts his head into the microphone. He goes, Mimesis, the podcast all about bad words.
You're fucking right, it is.
I died laughing so hard.
That's
it was so
hysterical.
cute. And I was like, you think mom says all bad words? And he goes, oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah. I have to tell you, I am still telling people the story of what he said at Christmas when we were playing charades, because that was the funniest damn thing. Oh,
what did he say?
You don't
I can't remember. No.
His sister was acting out a charade, and she set the paper on the table beside him, and he picked it up and looked at it and genuinely considered it for a minute and then went, yeah, I can't read, and set it down. He was looking at it and he was like, is today the day? No, I still can't read.
He's a little goofball. He was so excited today. He was came out of school flossing because he's like, it's Lego Club Day.
I wish there was a Lego club for grown-ups. That sounds awesome.
Right?
I want to go play with Legos.
Yes, I do too.
I don't know. Then we just had an awkward silence. That was weird.
Because I wasn't looking at you because I was getting ready to okay, this is up. We're ready.
And we just had an awkward silence. Oh, well, that's right. We're supposed to talk when we do podcasts. I remember now.
Yes.
So let's see. What business do we have coming up?
We have some exciting news.
We have some big shit going down. I feel like I need to swear more because your son said that we say all the bad words. So we got some big shit going down, yo.
Yeah, we do. Lots of shit.
All right, you start and I'll do the other one.
Me?
Yeah. Say one of them.
Okay. So next week we are going to have a guest.
Are you okay?
No, today has been a day, let me tell you.
Next week, we're going to have a guest.
On the podcast.
We will have USA Today best-selling author Rue Volley will be here.
Woo woo.
And she is going to be talking about some of the behind-the-scenes mimesises. Is that the plural of mimesis? Have we ever looked that up?
Mimosas?
Mimosas? I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyways, about the Addams family and the kind of gothic nature of that show.
I love that so much.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. So that will be a lot of fun. She's doing her research and getting ready for that.
My daughter loves her.
Rue Volley or Wednesday Addams?
Both. When we went to the Once Upon a Book when I was young, Rue was there. and gave her like this little coloring book thing. And so Emma's like treasured it ever since. And she's like, I can't wait until I'm old enough to read one of her books.
Oh, Rue's amazing. She's a very talented author.
She is.
She's a close friend of mine in the literary community, and it will be a lot of fun to have her here.
Yes.
And when she comes, we will be having even more announcements involving her.
Right.
But we have another one.
We do.
That is ours.
Yes. We've mentioned it a little before.
Yes. We are forming our, in collaboration with another podcaster, we're forming a podcast network.
Yes.
Once Upon a Podcast. And we will be switching our show over there, and we will be taking some new shows on.
Yes.
And expanding the company brand. So that's going to be very exciting. We're going to have lots of cross-promotional cross-promotional things with other podcasts, so our listeners will get to hear some new things and
and it's all podcasts. Like the creative world.
Yes,
that's kind of what we're doing.
Yeah,
it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of awesome shows to look forward to.
We're really excited about that. So
yes,
stay tuned for that. Big things.
Yes, big things. We're kicking down that door, like you said earlier.
Exactly. That's what I've just been feeling like that lately. The opportunity hasn't been knocking. It's been, okay, here's the thing. I actually had to, edit that post when I first made it, because when I first typed it, I said, opportunity hasn't been knocking lately. It boot stomped the door open and is dragging me out by my hair, and I'm kind of into it. And then I was like, that sounds really, really dirty.
It sounds really rapey.
It sounds a little too rapey. You don't want it to sound that rapey.
No.
Or that I'm into things that are rapey. We're not going to do that. So I just edited it to opportunity boot stomping open the door, which is a good thing.
Because we need to make our own success. And that's what we're doing.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say here's to big things in 2023, because we said we're not owning this year.
Nope. We're just making shit happen.
Exactly. What is it Mantis says in Guardians of the Galaxy? We're kicking names and taking ass.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, we are.
So are you prepared for this week's episode?
I am not only prepared, I'm psyched. And I know people can't see me, but I even have my dark hoodie up, and I am ready to go.
You got the lights dimmed over there?
I've got the lights dimmed. We're going full Final Destination today, and I am here for it.
Yes. I put a lot of research in this.
I love that. I love that for us. I love that journey for us.
Okay. So Final Destination.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. It's a 2000 American supernatural horror film, obviously. That plays on the real fears of like everyday things that could happen.
And if you didn't have these fears before, you will after watching them.
Absolutely. Don't watch it. Do not watch the first one before you go on a plane, like I did.
That's true.
That was a bad mistake. I think we were going to Colleen's wedding.
Oh, yeah.
In Arizona.
Yep.
But I could be wrong.
That was an adventure and a half.
That was a lot of fun for me. I was only 13.
The flight home was not enjoyable for me.
No, I remember that. Is Aunt Stacey okay? She'll be okay.
Yeah, Aunt Stacey drank way too much at the wedding, and Aunt Stacey had a very bad hangover for the flight home.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Good times.
Good times.
And then I got frisked at the airport. They were like randomly targeted me to get patted down.
And you're like, if you touch me, I'm gonna puke.
Wear nothing but a sweatsuit and a pair of flip-flops, and they're like, we're gonna pat you down. I'm like, okay, but if I throw up on you, that's on you, my dude.
Okay. So it was written by, the screenplay was written by Wong, Glenn Morgan, and Jeffrey Reddick.
Okay.
And it was based on a story by Reddick. And it was the first installment of the Final Destination series. Devon Sawa. I don't know
Yes.
if that's how you pronounce it.
I believe
Okay.
so, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I didn't realize, like, he was Casper.
Yeah.
And he was in a couple other things that I was just like,
He was also Stan in the Eminem video.
oh, he was?
Yeah, he was.
Wow. I didn't realize that.
Yes,
I always thought he was cute. Like, he was my first, like, real heartthrob.
Listen, there is not a straight woman alive that when he said in Casper, "Can I keep you?"
Yeah.
we all were like, "Oh."
Yep. So he plays the main dude who has the premonition of the plane exploding.
Yes.
And it takes several people's lives. 180? No, the flight was 180. I think it was like 280 deaths or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So the film began as a script written by Reddick for an episode of The X-Files.
Really?
Yep. And New Line
New Line Cinnamon.
New Line Cinema persuaded Reddick to write it as a full-length film.
Well, hell yeah.
So Wong and Morgan worked on X-Files, and they were like, became writing partners for this. And they agreed to rewrite and direct the film. And it was released on March 17th in 2000. The sequel was released in 2003. And there's 3 more after that. So there's 5 total in this world.
I love that final is in the name of every single one of them, but, you know, it goes on. So it's like not your final destination. Still not your final destination. Yet again, not your final destination.
Has all new characters in every single one because pretty much everybody dies.
Yeah. I think the blonde girl, she's in 1 and 2. I don't know if she's in.
Yes, but she died in 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
The blonde girl. She was also on Heroes, and I don't know her name.
I can't remember. Her name was Claire in this movie.
Okay.
Yeah. So high school student Alex boards the airline flight 180 with his class for a trip to Paris. He experiences a total disaster on board the plane, resulting in the entire cabin being destroyed. He has that premonition. He awakens moments before the plane is set to take off and starts like going through the motions of his dream to like, this is going to happen. This is going to happen.
Yeah.
And it does. So then he gets off the plane along with a few others.
Isn't he escorted off the plane because he's making a scene?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like pissed off at him.
Yes. And so anybody who was standing, the one guy was like, I just came out of the bathroom. I didn't do anything. He got pushed off.
And they're like fighting when the thing explodes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And which, as ways to end an argument go, that's pretty effective.
And so then the FBI was like, okay, we're going to like take you in for questioning now.
Yeah.
So 1 month later at the memorial, Alex and Todd make plans to hang out, but then Todd is hanged in a freak accident with the clothesline.
Okay.
I'm just going to read this whole thing before I get to like, because we're doing the whole, do you think this death is true? Did this really happen?
Okay.
We'll get to that at the end so we can just go with a list.
Okay.
Okay. So then Alex and Claire visit Todd and meet William Bloodworth, who warns them that death does not like to be cheated and it will hunt you down, those not meant to survive.
Which is a really creepy concept.
It's really creepy.
Mm-hmm.
And said, however, if you watch for the signs, you may be able to cheat it again.
But it's just going to keep coming for you.
Just going to keep coming. Okay. The survivors meet up at the cafe, coincidentally, And Alex sees a reflection of a bus after Carter tries again to antagonize Alex. Terry storms off and determines to move on with her life, but steps in front of the bus. Squish.
Squish. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pause you here for just a second.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about the plane crash at the beginning. And
Yes.
you know I love giving shouts out to the Morbid podcast.
Yes.
Their episode 419, The Unbelievable Survival Tale of Julianne Kopic. Y'all, listen to it immediately. This woman survived a plane crash where her plane frickin' exploded around her. She closed her eyes. She was in the plane. She opened her eyes. She's still strapped into the row of seats, but the plane around her is gone, and she's 2 miles above the ground.
Oh, shit. That's like my worst fear.
And she survived.
Yeah. Wasn't she like 11?
I'm not sure. I think she was.
Am I thinking something completely different?
You're thinking something older than this, because this is a woman that like knew. She not only did she crash land, she crash landed in the fucking rainforest.
Oh shit!
She had a broken clavicle. She lost her glasses and she couldn't see without them. She had to find her way to help, like beaten, broken, fell fucking 2 miles to the earth and survived. And this badass did it. So seriously, if you're ever looking for like a little motivation that, you know, because I do that where I'm like, okay, you got to get off your ass. You got to do something.
Yeah.
Listen to that episode and understand that if this woman can fall from the sky, fall from the heavens and push on to survive, you can get off the couch. You can do what you got to do.
Right?
You can tackle that to-do list.
Yeah. That's nuts.
Yeah. So
Nuts.
it made me think of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You close your eyes, you're in a plane, you open them, the plane is gone, and you're plummeting to the earth.
That's like my worst fear ever.
And just like that, Sandra will never blink on an airplane ever again.
Gonna hold my eyes open, tape them. No sleeping on a plane now.
Exactly. You start drowsing, like dozing off, you just slap yourself awake. Get with it, man. Come on.
So while watching a news report, Alex discovers that they are dying in the order that they would have died on the plane because of where the explosion and then like coming back.
Yeah.
So he is too late to save Mrs. Luton, the one with the hand in the thing and
the garbage disposal. I hate that one so much.
Yeah.
I had to use my garbage disposal today, and I find myself just like staring into it. Be cool.
Yeah. Like my worst fear that I never knew existed wasn't until I was talking to Nicole, and it was a knife getting stuck in there with the pointy end up.
Oh, yeah.
Spinning around. And I was like, no, new fear unlocked.
And then it shoots up at your head.
Yeah. No. So Luton is stabbed and her house explodes. So the FBI again is like,
it's just a bad day.
It really is. So the remaining survivors meet up again, and Al explains the situation, and Carter loses his temper and, determined to control his own destiny, drives his car on the railroad tracks, and Alec intervenes and saves Carter. But shrapnel is then flung by the train and decapitates Billy. Proving that Carter's death was skipped.
Okay.
Alex, believing he is next, isolates himself to cheat death, but realizes he didn't change seats like in his vision.
Okay. So it's not him next.
It's not him. It was Claire. So he saves her from the electric wire. And then 6 months later, the three make it to Paris, which who would get on a plane again?
I don't know. No, thank you.
Yeah, no. Nope. And Alex suspects that there's no one intervened with his death and revival, so he may still be next. Signs begin to plague him, and he goes to leave, but Claire screams and stops him from being hit by a bus. This causes a chain reaction, and Carter dives in, saving Alex from a falling sign. Alex realizes that he's been skipped, and Carter stands up proclaiming, "Who's next?" The sign comes back and behind him, and the screen cuts to black.
Okay.
Okay. So now comes the fun part.
Yes.
I mean, some of these are going to be very obvious.
Yeah.
But
we're going to play anyway.
We're going to play anyway.
Okay.
True or false? Have people died on a plane?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the movie, there was 281 unnamed people on the flight, and they were killed on takeoff when it exploded.
Yes.
So in real life, Transworld Airline Flight 800 was a Boeing 747 that exploded and crashed into the Atlantic Ocean in New York on July 17th, 1996.
Ugh.
It happened at like 8:31 p.m., 12 minutes after takeoff.
See, that's so scary. It's takeoff and landing to me. Those
Yeah.
are the times that it's just so scary.
That is the more natural time that like things can go wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying like a plane can't happen while you're flying, because I mean,
anything can happen.
anything can happen, but mechanical failure, like whatever. But like takeoff and landing are to me the scariest.
Yeah, that's when I'm white knuckling the armrest. Just
Yep. Me too.
Mhm.
Me too. Okay, so Todd was strangled by a clothesline. Do you think this happened in real life?
Does it have to be like an accident? Because I'm sure someone's done it on purpose.
Yes, obviously somebody has done it on purpose. There are hanging suicides. So,
like an accidental one?
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes. I think that accidentally that shit happens.
Yes, you're right. The two that I found are kids.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm not going to go into detail because they're kids.
But
I won't even
they
say
like
how
got
young.
tangled in it, or
I think they were playing and lost footing, and yeah.
See, and that's because we have a treadmill, and I think it's Mike Tyson's daughter. Is that right? Who died? It's somebody famous. I want to say it was Tyson, but I'm not sure. Was playing on the treadmill. Yes. Mike Tyson's daughter was 4 years old, and she died after her neck got caught on the treadmill cord while she was playing on it while the play was on. So, we have a treadmill, and whenever people with little ones come over, even your son, and the workout equipment is not a toy.
It's not a toy.
It's too easy for accidents like that to happen.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Horrifying.
Yep. So Terry Cheney, she got ran over by a bus. True or
You know
false?
what, we see people getting run over by buses all the time in TV and movies. I'm going to go out on a limb and say no. Just to be different.
I couldn't find an encounter of actual like people getting hit by a bus, like full on like hit by a bus.
Yes.
But from 1998 to 2019, 6,770 people were killed, an estimated 567,000 people were injured.
Good
in
Lord.
crashes involving buses.
Wow.
And this, however, most of the killed and injured are not bus occupants.
So it's not if you're on the bus.
No, it was pedestrians.
Okay.
Like during this time frame, a little under 10% of those killed were passengers on an involved bus, while the remaining deaths were occupants of other vehicles or pedestrians.
So you're safer to be on the bus than around the bus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, somebody probably did get hit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just playing. I was going the opposite direction to be different. I won't do it again.
But 6,770 people killed. I mean, that was between 1998 and 2019.
What if
So
there
it's
was a
20
bus
years.
driver that was like a serial killer and they knew that they could get away with it because like,
Oh no.
oh, I don't know what happened. He just stepped
The
off the
thump.
curb. Whoops.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, what's the next one?
Okay. Valerie stabbed in the throat by a piece of her computer glass and then stabbed in the chest with a falling knife from the kitchen.
That one seems really playing the odds there. So I'm going to say no to that one.
No. True. You're right.
Oh, that's true. That one didn't happen?
Right.
Okay.
So there have been reports of burns from like laptops, no computers like exploding that I can find.
Okay.
And then there is one of a boy falling on a knife, but not the knife falling on him.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an in-between.
Yeah.
But the little boy that fell on a knife was sitting like next to his uncle or something. He was whittling and sitting on a hammock, like whittling a piece of wood.
Oh.
And the hammock broke. And the knife like fell, and then the boy fell on top of the knife.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Did he die?
He did.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't either. Like a lot of these I was finding, I was like, another kid. Okay, I need a break.
There's so many kids.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so Billy Hitchcock, head sliced in half by a piece of metal that was caught in wheels of the train. True or false?
I don't know if it necessarily would be the wheels of a train, but
it was the piece of metal that was ran over, and it went flying and cut his head off. Like
I
shrapnel.
know. I'm just saying, like, I'm sure somebody has gotten decapitated by a flying piece of metal. I just don't know if it was from a train. So that one, I'm iffy about. Like, I think it happened. I don't think it's from a train.
I couldn't find anything that suggested that something ran over, decapitated somebody. However, there have been many people falling on train tracks that have been.
Yeah.
Like
Stop
tons
playing
of
by
accidents.
the train tracks, people.
Right.
That's by our house. There is an area where it's like really close to a very, very popular or very high traffic intersection.
I hate that intersection.
When you stop there, like if you could stop by the light, you're going to be sitting there for 10 minutes. No exaggeration. It's a very long light.
Yeah.
But there's train tracks not even a quarter mile away from it.
Right.
And when there's cars lined up, all the time, people stop on the tracks.
That's
instead
stupid.
of just pulling back when there's a lineup.
That's stupid.
And I mean, there's been countless accidents there. They have had to put up signs. They've had to put an emergency ramp over there in case there's a train coming and people need to get out of the way. Because the train that comes through there goes fast.
Yeah.
And these idiots still stop on the tracks. And if you like hold back because you're like, I'm not sure if there's enough room there, so I'm going to hang back. I've been honked at. I've had people go around me so they can stop on the tracks.
Yep.
Just stop, y'all. Your car cannot stop a speeding train. So
no, it can't. And
getting
you won't
through that light
probably make it.
Yeah, you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Getting through that light 2 seconds faster is not worth your life.
Yeah.
Just
and the thing that I hate about that intersection is if you do have the train coming through, you're sitting at that intersection for a good 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah, because you hit the light and then you get through and the train is going.
Yeah.
Or you'll be sitting at the light and then the train is coming, so you have to sit through the light again. So now you're sitting there for, like you said, 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's great when the kids are getting out of school and there's so much school traffic.
No, that's great. That's awesome. And teenagers do not look. Teenagers do not look where the cars are.
No.
They think they're invincible and they'll be on their phones and they won't even glance up.
Yep.
It's a good time. We have a lot of fun with that.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Okay. So Carter was killed with a billboard sign that rammed into him from behind. Do you think that's true?
Oh, man. That one's tricky. I'm going to say no.
It's actually true.
It did happen?
Okay, so when I did my research, this is really fucked up. When I did my research, no, it had never happened until today.
No shit.
No shit.
Are you kidding me?
So serious.
Who happened to it today? What? I was so aghast I forgot how to talk.
It was in Kentucky. A Denny sign fell off and onto a car, killing the 72-year-old woman.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, it didn't happen. This one was like, yeah, this one didn't happen for real. Like, people have fallen off while putting the billboards up. Like,
but never like the sign crashing down.
But never the sign crashing down.
Until today.
Listen,
I don't want to say you made it happen with your research, but
I'm not claiming this.
I didn't do it. Oh my gosh.
Isn't that awesome?
That's insane. It happened today.
Today. I sent it to myself on Facebook.
That reminds me, you said Denny's. Did you see the TikTok of I think I showed it to you when you were down. Maybe. The Waffle House employee?
No, that was the Waffle House, yeah.
Yes, the Waffle House employee that somebody threw a chair at her and she caught it and went full fucking ninja. She
that
just
was
spun
awesome.
Oh my God. She got fired. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear that.
She got fired because apparently they considered her assaulting a customer. I'm sorry. You throw a chair at me, I'm whipping it back at you.
Yeah, she didn't even whip it back. She just went and...
She went full She-Ra.
Right.
Yeah, she got fired.
Stupid.
So, I think the WWF needs to hire her as a pro wrestler because she's got moves.
Yeah. Okay, so this was today. Oh, wait. Thursday. This was yesterday. Sorry. A 72-year-old woman died Thursday afternoon after a Denny sign fell and crushed a car in Elizabethtown, Kentucky.
Oh my gosh. Death was like, and today. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I was like scrolling through Facebook and I saw that and I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Like,
and that was your last waffle.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Oh, how horrible.
Yeah. Okay. So I went on to do the second movie as well.
Okay.
So there was the logging truck, premonition.
Yes.
11 total died there. But afterwards, because she stopped it all, 15 people died. One being Shayna, Dano, and Frankie, which were her friends that were in the car.
Okay.
Do you think that this happened?
The logging truck thing?
Yeah.
There's so many people afraid of it. I'm going to say yes.
No.
It's never happened?
There's been multiple accidents of like turned over log trucks, but none that I could find that like it actually like bounced up and hit the car.
Okay.
Yeah, like how it happened in the movie.
That didn't actually happen.
But
so
there's
what
like,
you're saying is we are safe to drive behind logging trucks.
Oh, hell no, I'm not saying that. No. Do not drive behind logging trucks. There was a TikTok the other day that I watched that was a guy complaining about how he's a trucker and how people always follow behind him, how they're right beside him when he's trying to get over and blah, blah, blah. And then this other trucker was like walking around his truck and he's like, I don't know what your problem is. Nobody follows me. Everybody speeds around me trying to get away. He's driving a logging truck.
Yep.
I laughed so hard at that one.
I'm never getting tailgated ever.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah. But like I said, like I couldn't find any that like the logs went through the cab of a truck or a car or whatever, but like many accidents that were with logging trucks. Yes.
Okay, so the logging trucks aren't safe to drive behind. They just so if it falls off, it's not going to go through your windshield, but it'll still cause some damage.
Right. And it could fall like because they are very unbalanced because trees don't weigh the same.
Yeah.
So they can tip over very easily.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know where I was going with that.
Okay.
I lost my train of thought. Yeah. Okay.
Let's just summarize it with don't drive behind logging trucks.
Yeah. Don't do it.
We weren't doing it anyway. Continue not to do that.
Yeah. Okay. So the next death was Evan Lewis, impaled through the eye by a falling fire escape.
I don't think that happened.
No, it didn't happen. There have been many deaths like falling from a fire escape.
Yeah, I could see
but
that.
no impalements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because safety regulations haven't been what, they're not now what they're not as strict back then as they are now.
Correct.
So there was a lot more accidents that could have happened.
Yeah.
And I know I said that in like the most backward way, but you knew what I meant and I got there, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Tim died crushed by a falling glass panel. True or false?
I think that's happened on some sort of construction site somewhere.
Absolutely it has.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. NYC
Shit goes down on construction sites.
Yeah. Yep. This was at a construction site in 2018 in New York. A large glass fell on top of a man, killing him.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Shit
then,
goes down in construction sites.
Yeah.
My stepdad, your step grandpa, told me, he wasn't even telling me this story. He was like telling my mom this story, and I just happened to overhear of a guy that he was working with that was hammering something, and he like the hammer went down and it ricocheted back up, and the hook side on the other end of the hammer hooked into his eye socket.
Oh no. No.
Yeah. To this day, listen, I will hammer a nail, but I am not anywhere near it. I'm hammering like on the side over here, nowhere near that shit. I mean,
Yeah.
no.
No. Nope, I'm good. Ow.
Yeah, so after that scarring image, let's go on, shall we?
On October 8th, of 1999, Anna Flores, 38 at the time of her death, was walking along South Wabash Avenue, holding the hand of her 3-year-old, when a piece of glass fell from the 29th floor of the CNA Plaza, striking her on the head and killing her.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, her poor baby.
Right.
Oh.
Like, I don't know how big this piece of glass was, but if it was like a shard, it just went whoop, right in.
Oh, that kid's born in blood like Dexter.
Very much.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Keep to the code, kid. If you're going to do it, keep to the code.
Okay. Next death.
Yay!
Yay. Okay. Nora, decapitated after getting her head stuck between the doors of an elevator.
I don't think that's happened.
It has.
It has?
It has. Your face.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. Yep. A man was decapitated. I don't know what I was saying. A man was decapitated by a runaway elevator as he tried to help his frightened fellow passengers, including a pregnant woman, to safety.
Oh my God. And it just like fell and like,
Yeah. Police said James, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, was straddling the doorway and assisting a passenger on the second floor when the elevator suddenly shot up.
Oh, so it wasn't just his head that was cut off. He was like sliced in half.
It was probably like chest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like full Darth Maul.
Yeah.
For anybody that wants a visual, they got the Darth Maul treatment. Oh, God.
More bloody because you don't have that cauterization from the saber.
Yeah. The lightsaber like cauterizes the wound instantly.
Yeah. And I want to believe that these happened because I'm a little second guessy. Like, they were news articles, so I'm really thinking they did. But it's still like, do you trust everything on the internet?
Yeah.
And then there was a second one.
Oh boy.
On August 16th at the Hospital George W. Stark building.
Okay,
And
Tony's dad. Yeah.
yeah. A doctor, a young doctor, tried to get there. The doors didn't bounce back open. And so then his head. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. And somebody was on the elevator with him.
Oh, you have no choice but to ride to the next floor. Oh, fuck. Oh,
Yeah.
No. Blood spraying everywhere. You're
Well,
screaming.
she only got the head.
Oh, it doesn't matter. There's blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
I would puke. I would pee my pants.
I would pass out. I would pass out. I'd be on the floor like, nope, I'm dead too.
I would wake up in my own puke and piss with a head next to me. Oh, no.
And start screaming again.
And then pass out again?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
That's
thank you.
Traumatizing.
Yeah.
That
I've
woman
always been afraid of elevators.
See, mine's escalators. Because you hear about people like their feet and legs getting crushed.
Yeah.
If their shoes are untied or something. And that
I saw one that like started going like super fast and people are like slamming into everybody. And I was like, no, new fear unlocked. No, thank you. But no, I was always afraid of the elevator at the brewery I worked at. Because we'd have to take, our main kitchen was downstairs. And then like the kitchen that we served people, like all our prep kitchen was downstairs. The main kitchen was upstairs where we served people. So we had to take all that food upstairs on these carts. I would push the cart into the elevator, push the button, run upstairs, get it off the elevator. I wouldn't go on that elevator.
I don't blame you.
I was afraid of it because it got stuck a lot.
Ugh.
And I was like, sometimes it would get stuck to where it was like an inch and you'd have to like get off. And I was like, I can't lift that cart by myself.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing it. Yeah.
That's, I refer back to Peloton a lot too, but Matty Majacomo I was doing one of his workouts today and he was just talking about doing like hip bridges up and down. And he said something, I think it was hip bridge. It doesn't matter what exercise it was. Anyways, he was saying that pretend that you're an elevator that doesn't stop on any floor. You just keep going up and down. And then as he's doing that, he was like, how terrifying would that be? Not only are you stuck in an elevator, it's just going up and down constantly.
Yeah.
That would be terrifying.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it would be. I'm afraid of them dropping.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Just the sudden.
Like the Tower of Terror.
Yes. That's probably where it started at because you took me on the Tower of Terror.
I don't think we've ever told that story on air, but how old were you? Like 17 or 18?
No, you took me when I was in 10th grade, so I was like 15.
Okay. Well, we were going on it, and she asked me as we were starting, can I hold your hand? And I was like, absolutely, honey, go ahead. By the end of the ride, y'all, she did not have my hand. She had both of my arms and like my entire upper body in a death grip.
Yeah, I did. I don't think we got, goodness, were they doing pictures at that time?
I don't think so, but I do remember that there was a very large gentleman in the seat beside us. So our lap bar didn't go all the way down.
Yeah.
And that was before they had like the seat belts too.
Yes.
So we were coming off the seat every single time that we came up. And that was probably what terrified you and had you like, just grabbing onto me in any way you possibly could.
I mean, I was so happy that I was there with your girls when they went on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how Maddie got like her feet in the air.
I don't know. Her feet were above the bar and above her hands. Her feet were in the air. I don't understand how the child did that.
I love it so much though.
Her hands were down and her feet were up. I don't know. She has no bones. The child's a jellyfish. We don't really know. We don't really know how that happened.
No. Okay, moving on to the next step.
That's a horrible thing to say laughing. Moving on to the next step.
No, it really is. But these are all fake deaths.
Yes.
Except for the real ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
For
So
the
Kat,
ones that actually died horrible deaths.
yes. Cat impaled by in through the head by the airbag. Remember? She's sitting in the chair. They like go to use the jaws of life and they hit it into the car. The airbag explodes and pushes her back into the thing.
I'm thinking no.
I don't think that actually happened, but people have been killed by airbags.
Really?
Yes. Takata used ammonium nitrate to create a small explosion to inflate their airbags and in a crash. But the chemical can become more volatile. Volatile?
Yes.
More volatile over time when exposed to moisture in the air and repeated high temperatures. The explosion can rupture and a metal canister and hurl shrapnel into the passenger compartment.
So
yes,
not only did you just survive a car accident, now there's about to be an explosion directly
no,
in
this
your
would
face.
happen like while you were driving.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, like it killed 3 people that weren't in a crash and their car crashed. So
Yeah, you weren't in a car accident before,
there was
but you
a
are now.
big recall on those
That's
because
terrifying.
multiple people died from that.
Oh, how
like
scary.
that was a big thing that we heard a lot because I mean, living in Michigan, car country, you hear it a lot. So yeah, that was crazy.
That's scary.
But not true that it went off and pushed her head back into the pole. But
people have
true
died because of their airbags.
Yep.
I know it goes off at a force that like is like a punch to the face.
Yes. That's why you don't want infants in the car seat, in the front seat. You don't want.
It's also why you should not put your feet up on the dashboard.
Absolutely not.
I know.
You'll break your legs. You'll break your face.
You'll break your pelvis.
Yep.
And I'm very guilty about that. Very guilty about that.
You are.
I am.
Yeah. It was because of that movie with Johnny Depp.
Which movie?
I can't think of it. Like Benny?
Benny and June?
Yes.
Oh, he was adorable in that movie. He was so sweet.
Yes.
Aw.
And she would put her feet up there. Bad.
It's just bad. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Roy Peters, sliced into 3 pieces by a flying barbed wire fence.
I'm thinking no.
This is false.
Okay.
There have been deaths from people running into it, like with ATVs.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see
but
that.
not.
Your grandma almost died by a barbed wire fence.
Who?
Did you know that?
Grandma?
Yeah.
How?
Oh, this was I was only like 4 or 5 years old. This is before we lived with David, my stepdad. One of our dogs got out and she was chasing it. We lived on a house in the country in Davison, borderline of Lapeer, and she was running after the dog through the field. And she didn't know that one of her neighbors had put up a string of barbed wire fence. And Grandma was a runner. So she was fucking hoofing it, running as fast as she could. And she caught the barbed wire fence right in the throat.
Ow.
Like it clotheslined her. And it took like layers of skin off. She couldn't speak for weeks. She ended up in the emergency room. And she was just running. So, if you're just running and hit a barbed wire fence and it did that much damage on like an
ATV,
for sure, you'd be decapitated. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
So scary.
Eugene and Claire were incinerated by an oxygen tank that exploded. Do you think that really happened?
I think so.
Yeah, it's happened.
I mean, it happened to the shark in Jaws. So.
That's what we need to base everything off of.
Yeah, if it happened to the shark in Jaws, clearly it's happened to people.
Yes, this actually happened. A Tennessee woman says she watched her husband's face catch on fire after oxygen exploded at a Nashville hospital on Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving. How scary.
Yeah, that's... I know that oxygen flames fire.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you also have to think of like those oxygen trucks that drive around, like with the big canisters in there.
Yeah.
Like they have like danger signs all over those.
Yeah.
Like they're not anything to fuck around with.
Grandma, when she did home health care, she used to
Yeah.
have patients on oxygen that would be smoking cigarettes while their oxygen tube was in.
No, ma'am.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, let's do a quick science lesson. Okay, kids? That shit will explode.
Oxygen and fire do not go together. They go
Well, they
poof!
do, but in a really big way.
Yeah. Also, authorities identified the cause of an oxygen tank explosion that killed a man in Springfield. The deadly explosion happened was the man was attempted to remove the valve from his oxygen bottle. Like, don't do that either.
Don't do that. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Yep.
Leave it alone.
Yeah. And then the last death from the second movie is Brian, who was killed with the exploding barbecue.
I think that happened. I think that's happened.
Yes. A gas grill explosion that killed a man. Yes, that happened.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. And it's, according to Consumers Product Safety Commission estimates, roughly 600 propane tank explosions occur each year.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
See, this is why we cook with charcoal.
Yes.
And it's just a better taste. Let's be honest.
So true. So true. We actually have a grill for sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going back to charcoal?
We are. Yep.
That's the way to do it, man. Just tastes better.
It is. It does.
And your shit won't blow up.
And it won't blow up. Well, you might if you spray the stuff on it, but you don't really need that either.
Right on it.
Yeah.
Get one of those chimney things for the charcoal. We do that, and
yeah. Yep.
That's the way to do it.
We've watched you guys grill enough, so.
Well, this was a fun one. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah. I mean, it's all death, so.
I feel that was a slam on my character in some way, but I don't even care.
No, it wasn't. I was saying that I can't brain today, so I'm done. Have a good day, y'all.
I'm just saying, insert your own witty comment here.
Yep. Goodness.
I love it. Well, we have Rue coming on for our next episode.
Yes.
I have no flipping idea what to do for my next one. I have no ideas. So if anybody wants to hit us up with an idea of something you'd like to see us research or maybe touch back on in some way, please do, because I got nothing right now.
We'll figure it out.
I know. We always do.
We do.
One way or the other.
We will. It'll be good.
Yeah, well, I just got to figure out something that, I don't know. What am I in the mood for?
I don't know. We've done a lot of death now.
I know.
A lot of deaths. I think we covered
You focused primarily on death today.
I think we did over 41, 11, 15, 281. We did over 400 deaths today.
That's a lot of death.
Yeah. Yep.
So maybe something a little lighthearted.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Maybe.
Depends.
That smirk says it all.
Yeah. Seeing as my last one was Jack the Ripper. I mean, come on. We'll see. We'll see what appeals to me.
Yeah.
But if you do have ideas on show ideas that you would like to hear us do, Sandra, how can the nice people reach us?
At the Mimesis Podcast at Facebook and Instagram, and then the Mimesis Podcast at gmail.com.
That's right. And we're on TikTok now.
We are on TikTok, and I just posted a Jaws episode, a TikTok yesterday, And then I posted
I forgot how much I loved that episode and researching that
so
one.
Good.
That was so fun. Maybe
So
I need to find one about like another kind of animal attack one. Like more shark attacks.
Cocaine bear.
Shut up. I need to research it. But see, I can't watch the movie to compare it because it's not out yet.
Yeah. You have to wait until it comes out.
I could do Bigfoot. I can compare some of the different movies and shit about Bigfoot and actual mythology about Sasquatches.
Yes.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Or, I don't know, something. We'll see. I'll come up with something.
You could do like, oh goodness, I just thought of it. It was a horse movie.
There's a lot of horse movies out, my
I
dude.
know. It was a racing horse.
Secretarius?
Yes. I knew it started with an S. I'm telling you, my brain is just like checked out now.
Yeah, that one doesn't sound like it's in my wheelhouse, though.
Not really.
Was the horse haunted anyway?
Was it dead and haunting people, coming and knocking on their doors?
That doesn't sound like me.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's all we have for this time.
I think so.
Until next time. Bye.
Bye.